A fireworks display helped celebrate the inauguration of Santiago Calatrava's stunning Chords Bridge in Jerusalem. Tens of thousands turned out for the ceremony, which included pop songs, dancing, and a speech by Israel's Prime Minister. I spent the better part of 2 days doing nothing but talking about and looking at the bridge. Spending such extended time with an ordinary structure would have been a painful assignment, but Calatrava's bridge is so strikingly beautiful I wouldn't have objected to a third day of focused observation. Even Calatrava himself, who came across as quite modest during my interviews with him, conceded he thought the bridge a major artistic achievement.
So I was not commissioned, in order to do a technical correct bridge only. I was requested to do the most beautiful bridge I have never done.
To make sure he had accomplished that goal, he checked with 2 of his harshest critics.
Yesterday night, I asked my wife, who is very critic about my work, and she said, it's the most beautiful bridge you have done. But I was not sure, so I asked my daughter, who is 13 years old, and she also agreed. So it has to have something true.
One of the bridge's engineering and design wow factors stems from its site location, an extraordinarily tight piece of land sandwiched in between apartment buildings in a working-class residential neighborhood. There were reports in the Israeli press that homeowners in the area are worried about a drop in real estate values. But I bet there are plenty of design junkies willing to pay a premium for a view of the bridge like this. Given Jerusalem's history and religious significance, it's essentially impossible to add any element to its built environment that doesn't come laden with both controversy and metaphoric weight. Calatrava's bridge is no exception. In terms of its symbolism, the bridge certainly earns its nickname, the Bridge of Strings. The 66 cables that support the span are evocative of a harp. Or, from a certain distance and perspective, a sail. And Calatrava's own perspective on the bridge's symbolism?
Well, you see, the idea of the piece is integrated in the word Jerusalem. Shalom and Salem or Salam, they are all words, who signifies peace. Also, bridges symbolically link places, isn't it? They are not separating but linking.
In terms of controversy, the bridge faces complaints on a number of fronts. It wasn't hard to hear from those who felt the bridge fails to take into account its context. The bridge, in other words, has too much Calatrava in it and not enough Jerusalem. In response, Calatrava pointed to his use of Jerusalem stone in the abutments, the same stone that city ordinance requires all new buildings to use. Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a short walk from the bridge, is a showcase example of a modern building using Jerusalem stone. Another media gripe was the cost of the bridge, around $70 million, when many newspapers were reporting that a more prosaic span would have cost around $30 million. Further controversy stemmed from the fact that the bridge commission was won by a foreign architect. But I'd guess the ill will on this issue would largely go away if people could see just how passionate Calatrava's affection for Israel is, as here, when I asked him what he had enjoyed most about the process of building the Chords Bridge.
What I think it was great it has permitted me to come many times to this country who I love enormous and I admire, because the effort that people are doing here, to live and to build up something. This is, in my opinion, is really a very exemplar place, you see, because it's so alive, so vital, and people are really not only fighting for every day, you understand, but beyond that, they have also a very deep vision of future, which it is very important.